How has motherhood changed you?
Oh, God.
Should I look a certain way because that's how I should look like as a mom?
I feel like I'm still trying to accept this body.
You don't look like a mom. And I'm like, I don't know what looking like a mom looks like. Like, what does that mean?
Maybe. There's a day someone told me I look bigger than my mom.
I wanted to cry, but then I'm trying not to cry because I want to be strong. And I'm just like...
She got the light in her life. Her love never fails. She lives to walk right. And through her trials, so much grace. So much grace. So much grace. So much grace.
Welcome to the Mothers by Grace podcast. I hope you guys are excited to listen to this episode. So the Mothers by Grace podcast is a podcast for young moms who need a lot of support and even more grace. And I'm really excited about what we're going to talk about today because it's quite a joyful, also a bit heavy topic. And we're going to talk about how has motherhood changed you. Yeah, so my name is Lynn Washo.
And I am Charlene Wambui.
I am Kadzo Warimbo.
Yeah, and welcome today. So Charlene,
Hi.
do you have something to tell us?
One, I've missed you guys.
Oh, really? We saw each other the other day.
But here's the thing, because I'm an only child, I feel like I have sisters and that we're all moms.
Oh,
So I'm just like,
I'm also an only
This is
child,
all-
kinda, for my mom.
Huh?
It's complicated.
No, let me tell it's true.
It's true.
Okay.
My mom, I'm her only child.
Yeah.
And then I have now a younger brother from my dad and another wife who's like
Okay, that makes more
11. But now you see he's like my son. So,
Family dynamics.
Yeah, family.
Okay.
dynamic. Plus, your mom has so many children.
okay. It's
Yeah, we are also her children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she meets you, you're going to be her child.
A child.
Okay.
I bet you she'll buy the twins something.
It's true. It's actually
that's
true.
so
That's what she
sweet.
does. Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
sweet. But I have a question.
Mhm.
Okay.
So our children,
Mm.
what animal best describes them? My husband asked me this question. No, it was a friend of ours who asked us this question.
Yeah.
And we were both like, we've never thought about it. So I'm like, I want to know what you guys would say. What animal best describes your kids? Kids.
In my heart,
I have two.
in my heart,
We have to
honestly,
keep reminding her she has
yes, just two. In my heart, I'd say he's a lion because he's really bold,
Good.
and you should see when he's pissing. Comes where? I'm like, mommy, no, stop, daddy, stop talking to mommy, stop. So there's that. But he's also a monkey because there's nothing my son cannot climb. If he could
Wow.
climb the walls, he
Yeah.
would. So I think I'd use those two. The boldness and then now the climbing monkey.
aspect.
Oh, he'd say Paki.
For a monkey.
Yeah.
Oh.
Monkey's Paki.
Oh, so that's what he named that.
That's what he named
blanket.
his security blanket, Paki.
That's cute. That's really cute.
I
So
don't
you.
know. My son is a roadrunner because he's very, very fast. Like he's really, really fast. And then now it's even worse
Show
because
me.
he has learned to jump. Like he's literally leaping off the floor. Then my daughter, I describe her as an owl because she sleeps a lot during the day. And then at night we are awake. Okay, but not so
the
bad.
worst.
Yeah. But it's not so bad. Yeah. But that's what I'd say.
Also, she started cooing, so
Oh, yeah. She's actually cool. Yeah. Cool.
So she's literally
Yeah.
an owl.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think for me, I would describe Eden as a giraffe.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain elegance that Eden has.
it's true.
Like even just how she, I don't know, it's just some elegance that she has that I don't really know how to pinpoint exactly. But like how she would even just hold her sister's hand, the way she moves her
Body, yeah. I think I noticed that today.
And she's also the first person who notices, like, if I have makeup on, she'll be like she would stare at me or try to touch it to see if she can like put it on her face.
Oh, that's so cute.
So Eden, I would definitely think of a giraffe because a giraffe is so,
Yeah.
I don't know, there's an elegance to it when it
Yeah.
goes. With Zoe, I would probably say a rhino. I know the two are so, but that's just how different my kids are.
Yeah.
With Zoe, I would say a rhino, but only because she's so strong. Like, she's physically so strong.
Yeah.
Like, I remember a time where we had to go to the doctor because she was sick, and it literally took 5 doctors to pin her down.
Oh, yeah.
Just so that they could get her blood. That I hated that moment, and I visualized it in my head, and I hated it so much. But it literally took 5 doctors just so that they could be able to draw blood from her. So she's physically strong. She's also very protective over her sister, over me, over her dad, and over her things, her toys, her, she's very, has that arm up, that guard, I guess. That's how I would describe them. For sure.
That's cute.
But a rhino and then a giraffe.
But that's how you know, like, kids,
true,
you can come from the same person, but same family, but you're both.
You said that and it hit. I'm like, yeah, Tando could also be a rhino.
Even Khaled could also
I remember
be a rhino.
There's
Not
no
really
time we've ever
Khaled,
taken blood with one person.
Yeah.
Normally, even like when he was sick, Juicy, and they had to nebulize him. Like Eddie was there holding him and 2 nurses. Yeah. So he didn't move his head. So
yeah. How has motherhood changed you? I feel like that's such a heavy question. It's a very heavy question in terms of, I think there's the, let me not say the bad. I don't want to classify it as bad. But I think, different. It's just different. I think we can do like the physical changes, that literally the physical changes of motherhood. Because you're the one who goes through it. Yeah, physically. Right. But when ulibeba mimba, when unanyonyesha ama honyonyeshi or something like that. Yeah.
Can we say physical and like emotional, mental? Because I feel like they go hand
in hand. Yeah.
It's so crazy how the physical is so tied into the emotional.
It is very true. Yeah.
It's just a seamless thing.
Yeah.
So
that is a heavy question.
Who's gonna start?
Charlene.
We start with Mama Twin.
Mama Giraffe
na Rhino, tuambie.
Lord. Because in my head, I'm literally trying to picture, like, what should I start with? Because there's so many.
Yeah.
But for me, the physical. So here's the thing with me. I'm a petite person. And I've always been a petite person. So I remember before kids, I used to weigh like 38, 40.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You can't donate blood, you know that?
No, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't, and I tried.
Yeah.
And then when I got pregnant, I went up to 74, 78.
What?
Yeah. And then after a couple months, I went back down to 65. And now I'm at 60. So it's one of those things where it's like, I am still, like, when you look at me and I get this, I guess people mean it as a compliment, and I do take it as one, where it's like, you don't look like a mom. And
you don't look like a mom.
And I'm like, I don't know what looking like a mom looks like. Like, what does that mean?
Maybe you're big. And I think even how you carry yourself.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Yeah. I don't.
Okay, how do I carry myself?
Let me give an example. I think the first time when I have 2 older sisters. So my firstborn sister has 2 kids. And with her first kid, I used to spend a lot of time with her.
Yeah.
So I remember tulenda clinic ya 6 weeks. So situmeenda clinic, my sister is dressed, she looked really nice. She wore jeans, she wore a nice shirt. Like, I looked at Aki, this is not judging, but I looked at the other moms there and I'm just like, as in, she looked like you know how motherhood is, but the fact that you decide, okay, let me just look nice. I think maybe that's what they mean. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah.
Cool. My mom says it. What does mom say? Could you?
Jiachilia.
No, just could you? It's not even. She said it's such a bad.
Yeah.
It's like quite chococh. That's literally what she says. Mshamba to shags, like you're just so unkept. You look like the world is not even on your shoulder.
Yeah.
It's just on you.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like if you're not sleeping at night,
It's still
like
okay.
you don't remember to eat until your body is literally shutting down.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain things, and again, going back to the compliment, like I do take it as a compliment, but sometimes I do have the questions in the back of my head. But it's like, should I look a certain way because that's how I should look like as a mom? And I say that because I remember last year I did nothing but wear sweatpants and Aladdin pants and baggy t-shirts. So last year for me was one of those, I just stay at home, I think of the kids, day in, day out, in and out. I have to think about dinner. Like I didn't think about, I can go to the gym and try and get my energy back. Like, I can try and eat this meal because I think it's healthier for me. So I think it was one of those situations where it's like physically for me, what changed the most is I lost my desire for looking nice until I decided to regain it back. Because I realized that I'm only in my 20s. My kids, like we're young moms, you know? For me, physically, I had to, again, tied in with them mentally. I let myself go so much that it took my husband to remind me that, hey, you're so Charlene.
Yeah.
Like your identity is not just Mama Nani. You know, like you loved doing your makeup, you loved doing your hair, you enjoyed going to the gym every now and then, you loved fashion, you know. So I remember when we went to the US and Gabe's mom was the first person to take me to get clothes that were not maternity because I was still wearing my maternity jeans. Once was a baggy and comfortable.
They're very comfortable. I still have like a pair.
Comfort is a word.
I know.
It's very comfortable.
And I still use my nursing bras.
Yes, they're very
it's true.
Actually, there's an influencer. I won't mention her name. Like, so she wore literally a nursing bra, and her kid is like 5.
Yeah.
So guys were asking her, why are you wearing this? Then she said, it's because these things are comfortable. Yeah, very comfortable.
And it wasn't until last year, like last year, December, that I decided, okay, let me make a change.
Yeah.
Like my kids are 2. You know, it took me so long. But at the end of the day, it's like I had to, I don't know. The fact that I got into jeans, you know, and into a regular bra that's not a nursing bra. Like those little things made me feel so empowered.
Yeah.
So physically for me it was understanding my weight from like how can I dress my body now, because I got rid of all the clothes that obviously don't fit me now, and then, you know, I don't know, it was just a shift of, I'm not complaining about it, it was just different, and I needed to find, it was like I was understanding my body all over again.
In a different
way. So yeah, physically for me was literally physically like this weight. And it's different. It's not as much as is expected by society from me being a twin mom. But I know the difference because it's, you know, it's my body and I see the difference. The stretch marks and the mom board.
The pooch.
And the pooch. I don't have a pooch. I have pooches. Like, it's just, you can't tell from this petite body. But one day if you catch me swimming or something, then you will definitely see it. What about you guys?
I'm glad you talked about the bras because I think maybe 2 weeks ago, my mom was like, honestly, let's just go. I'm gonna buy your bra. Because like for me, I think, oh God, I feel like I'm still trying to accept this body. I've really, really struggled because I was also, before I got married, I was 45 kgs. I got married, maybe I added maybe 5, so let's say 50. So before I got married, I was a 34B. Then I got married, I was a C. And then I got a child.
Wow.
And I'm a double D.
Wow.
Let me tell you, when you go to the store to buy double Ds, they come with underwear, right?
Yeah.
So the double D is like this, and the underwear.
And now when you cut up.
So the two are not
Horrible. Horrible.
like my brain. We're going to Woolworths actually. My brain was not computing, and so it reached a point. My mom was just asking, "What do you think?" And I didn't even have words. I was feeling this. I wanted to cry, but then I'm trying not to cry because I want to be strong. And I'm just like,
it's like you literally saw.
yeah. I'm just like, that moment kind of, I don't want to say like cemented what was going on in my mind and heart, and I didn't really know it. Because I think since I got pregnant, had a child who I carried for 7 months, and then I had this CS. After that, I didn't touch my stomach for like 3 months. Like I just like, I'm feeling it's almost, I don't know, I'd say yucky because I don't know how to explain it. I'm like, what's happening? So yeah, I think that moment made me realize, oh, by the way, I've actually not been comfortable in this body. I've been wanting it to change. I've tried and exercising, working out now and then, but also I've not been consistent. So yeah, I can, that bra issue, man. I'm just remembering that underwear. Like, seeing that picture in my head, I'm like, body. So, yeah, I don't think I was prepared. For sure, I was not prepared for that. And also the transition of how your boobs move from balloons to balloon stage to
one is a balloon, the other
one is the other. One's a balloon, the other one's a pear, and then now
my current situation.
and then
one boob is full of milk, and then the other. Yeah.
And then now, because I've been still trying to, I'm still in the process of weaning him off the boob. At least now it's just once. I've been, here cabbages. Let me tell you, last week I was just calling all the neighbors I know past. I'm like, hi, do you have cabbage in the fridge?
That's why you asked me for cabbage.
Because my cabbage is bad.
Cabbage ya kukula. Sips coffee.
Because I'd thought about getting those pills to stop lactation, but I was not liking the reviews. And I'm very skeptical about medication these days. I talked to Asho, she's like, you know what? Just do it naturally. So I'd been putting cabbages at night to reduce the milk supply. Yeah.
So like you put the leaves.
Yeah, the leaves in the fridge and then
you put it in.
Okay. Then I've been wearing more like sports bras because they're tight. So,
what's the science behind that whole cabbage leaf?
I don't know. They say that there are enzymes that are released.
I don't know.
I know it's cooling because even when I put it, I feel there's a
sensation.
Okay, I could put a sound.
You feel
that's what you feel.
Interesting.
Wow. Yeah. So and then now from there you go to Embedodo. Embedodo stage is
the empty
hanging loose. They're hanging loose. We hanging.
I remember I have a friend who was telling me about it, and she's like, "Girl, let me tell you, me, I'm just content with it because now I'm just like, you're just walking without a bra, just get." So there was that.
Lord.
God. So I think for me that has been the biggest change, and the belly. The belly. I don't think it's it's not stressing me as much, but it still is, because for me, I had it before I got pregnant because of the hormonal therapy. And so I'm like, this thing is not going. Then add the love handles. And I think even you just look at yourself and like,
The change.
the change. So yeah, that's physically for me.
How has that affected you?
Emotionally.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think it's been a roller coaster, because I feel like I'm in this stage where I'm looking at who I used to be and who I am now. So I realized, just like you, that there's stuff that I even just stopped doing, taking care of myself. Like, I used to go do my nails every month. Every month, makeup. I had makeup on makeup on makeup.
It's true.
It's like,
It's true.
so I think as my body changed and I guess my self-esteem went lower, the less I didn't even think about taking care of myself. I'm like, listen, is my child okay? Okay. Is my husband okay? Okay. Am I okay?
Sort
Whatever.
of. Sort of, yeah.
So I realized that I put myself on the whatever banner for so long
Yes.
that you even forget. So like, oh, there's like, oh yeah, there's this nice, I think you'd look nice in this. Yeah. Move on.
Right.
So I think it just,
So you don't purchase it, you don't even think about
I don't come like,
Yeah.
well, I wait anyway. My heels are still there looking at me and I'm looking at them. I'm so, one day I'll wear you, but I never really do. Because the butter, those, what are they called?
Gomas.
Not
Gary.
gomas. Those ones with
Babe,
tushimos.
we're talking about
No, see, she's talking about shoes.
batangomas.
No,
not
the
go-
buttons,
like Crocs,
the
the
slip-ons,
plastic ones.
the plastic ones that have,
Nairobi
Yeah.
uniform.
That is uniform. Mama,
Yeah.
what do we call them? Those two butter shoes that have two shimos that are like
The
slip-ons,
plastic ones,
the plastic
Like
ones.
Crocs.
Yeah.
They're like Crocs, but butter
not
now.
really.
The butter version.
They're
not
Croc
like
shoes.
Crocs. Yeah.
They're
We'll
so
show
bad.
you- we'll show you
Paka,
after the
I've overworn
podcast.
them until look
Google.
Nyuma,
Yeah.
it's katikati. But then my mom was like, if I see those things again,
Yeah.
I'll chapa you. Because I think there was a day I don't know. I woke up the way I woke up, how I was
Yeah.
feeling. I
Yeah.
put on socks and left. My mom was like, huh? I was going to my house.
Yeah.
And I knew I'm leaving my house in the car going to her house.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
And it's like 8.
Yeah.
My mom was like, if I ever see you dressed like this again,
Yeah.
how are you? How have you showered? Like, Senyor's coming shower here. There's a shower.
I love it.
I can't think. She was even beyond disappointed.
Yeah.
So she looked at me, kept quiet. She's like, okay, just enter. Next thing I'm seeing her just rummaging through her closet.
Yeah.
Dresses. These are yours. I never want to see you looking the way you're looking. How are you just looking like
Wow.
you're homeless?
That's a good mom.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
A really
At that point, I was offended. But then when I thought about it after, I'm just like, what's her problem?
Yeah.
She doesn't know I've not slept. Do you know?
But it's also hard to think about looking nice when you haven't slept.
Yeah.
It's like the
And I
last
think
thing on your mind.
also just to put it out there, it's okay to also go through all that feeling
Yes.
like you don't feel like you need to
Yeah.
dress up. It's still
Yeah.
okay. Feeling like my body, I just don't like it anymore, and
Yeah.
it's fine. It's okay to feel those things. Like, I think I like how you said it took you 2 years to get, like, that's a whole 2 years. 2 years for you to start liking doing the things that you
Yeah.
do. And for people, it can even take longer.
lot
It
longer,
can
it's true.
take a lot longer, and it's okay. I think the reason why this is such a nice thing to talk about is to even show moms that you have to allow yourself to feel those things and to
It's
talk
true.
about those things, because you can be there in the house wondering, my God, I don't like their moms also don't like breastfeeding, but you think about the price of formula, you're just like, friend, wacha tu ninyonyeshe. I don't like doing it, but let me just do it. And it's okay to feel those things. Yeah, I think that's it's a nice disclaimer to put out there, because I know there are moms who are going through what we're talking about, and you're just like, hey, these moms probably have bounced back. You see, they look nice with they have makeup, and we're still going through.
We have makeup once a week.
Yeah, we have makeup once a week. Like, we're still,
if we try, maybe twice.
But like, we're still going through, and it's okay to feel those things. It's okay to feel like I don't feel like getting out of the house, among other things.
A part of me I get so bothered with the term bounce back.
Yeah.
I think because of Hollywood.
It's because of Hollywood.
Like, even if you are 70, like, I'm using my example, even though I weighed like 78 while pregnant and I'm down to 60, like, bounce back to me is like, I'm mentally the same, like, I'm physically this, like,
I really like
bounce back for me is like
when you go back to who you were.
But it's not,
you're never going
it's
to
not
go
the
back.
case. Even though you've lost the weight, or even though you dress better now, your mental state, you're constantly thinking about your children. Your heart and your priorities are completely different, and it could be a good thing. Our kids are a huge blessing. Like, they're a blessing for our families. But at the end of the day, because we're never gonna go bounce back to the people that we were before our kids.
It's interesting. May I tell you, the wise person in this podcast is Charlene.
No, it's true.
Because the things Charlene says, they're just like an moment. But I think I like what you said, because it's made me think about salvation. Because what the Bible says is you're becoming a new creation. So when you're becoming a new creation, it means that you don't think the way you used to think. You don't do things that they used to do. And I think it's the same thing with motherhood, because you literally change. Your body carries the baby physically, like, so many aspects of you change. And sometimes it's actually hard for you to go back to who you are. It
even if you want to, you can't.
You can't. And it's, I think it's a place where we have to allow ourselves to know that, to understand that you will change. And it's okay to change. And if, let's say, there were passions that you had before, and the passion, and it will live, even if it takes you like 5-6 years to reclaim those passions, it's still okay. Like, it's okay, because you have to change. Like, your mindset changes. Like, I remember there's someone was telling me, sometimes it's very hard for you to switch your brain from mommy brain to wife brain, like, you have so many aspects of yourself that are changing, even each and every single day. And
I think even just losing yourself in parenting is a part of parenting. Like, it's something that I've talked to so many moms about, and I didn't feel alone. Like, when I completely didn't remember who I was, live alone. I was trying to figure out who I am. To, okay, what does Jesus say about me? Like, I had to go back to the drawing board of, like, who is Charlene? Like, how does God see me? And I think our identity can be so wrapped up in ourselves of, like, I'm just a mom, I'm just a wife, I'm just a stay-at-home mom, or I'm a working mom, or whatever it is, whatever title that we put upon ourselves, or whatever label society puts upon ourselves. At the end of the day, if we don't go back to scripture and even view ourselves the way God does, we are children of God to begin with. And what does that look like to be a child of God? What does that mean? Like, how can I boldly walk in confidence with just that truth? I don't know. Society just, and ourselves, society,
and us also.
We need to give ourselves a break.
It's true. We need to go through the stages of grieving.
Actually, that's exactly what was on my mind. That we also need to grieve, because you're grieving. Motherhood is there's something that dies and there's also that
Yes.
something that gains life again.
Yes, yes.
And also when something
Salvation.
dies, exactly, that's exactly like salvation. So even when something dies, you can't just be okay in a day.
Yeah,
Hey, it will take you time. It will take you time. And kudos to those moms who get their things together haraka. Like imagine there are moms who are like that. There are
Yeah, they
moms
just
who
try
are
to
Please
like
give
that.
us all your tips.
Yeah,
down
like
below.
we need
true.
to
you're
you need
not
to
a
talk to
mom,
us, please.
help us.
Help us. Yeah, like it's
true.
okay for you to also, for that mom who also just tries to figure out, has properly planned herself,
Yes.
and has properly tries to has gotten the groove of things
Yes.
quite early.
Yeah.
Like I applaud such moms.
Yes.
I honestly applaud such moms.
I
Yeah.
agree too.
Yeah.
It's so wide. Like the things that moms go through is not a blanket.
It's not a
'Cause
blanket.
yeah, you're right. There are moms who are like, okay, I gave birth, I'm going back to work in 6 months. It's
because there's a mom, you guys know Toby Nwigwe.
yeah, I love that couple.
The wife just had a baby. Okay, this is their first child. She had a baby, I think 2 weeks ago, and went to perform at Coachella. Wait. Props to her,
Right?
please.
I'm like, have you healed? How can you dance?
Yeah, and she was dancing. I'm like, props to her.
Maybe it gets easier with their first child.
Maybe it gets easier.
Maybe you
I
guys
think
should try
so.
tell me.
I know. I told you my quivereth is fulleth. Hata ndapost your scripture hapa. Because I'm the one who has currently is 5 months postpartum.
Has it been, I don't know, is easier the word? Like, is compared to your first, what's the word I'm looking for?
First, yeah.
I think, okay, me the one thing
Transition.
I told myself is, as a mom, this is me telling myself that I think having seen my sister and other moms, because I like that thing for you trying to look nice. I think that's one thing I told myself. Like, I don't want to look like sitaki kujibeba vibaya.
Yes.
And I think my mom used to say that all the time, she used to tell me that all the time. And so for me, I think I always tried to look as nice as possible, especially lakini kwa nyumba tutavaa tu sweatpants na ni sawa. Hiyo si na dera. Oh, because those nursing deras, But I tried to even when we get to the house, like wear jeans and all that. That one I really told myself I have to look nice. I think emotionally, what really changed for me is, I think after I got Kalel, I realized I used to cry a lot. I started crying a lot. Like, even as in something, like when if I can't like I struggled with breastfeeding Kalel because of the nipple pains and all those things and a cracked nipple. So I used to sit there niko hapa tu nalia. And I think that's one thing has changed completely in me, because even before, let's say even in the place of prayer, I don't think I used to cry as much as I cry nowadays. Like, I can just go start praying and I just start crying. There's a point, I remember I was talking to a friend of mine and she was telling me, imagine it's fine. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because even in church, I'm just there crying. I'm thinking, hey, these people probably think this girl has so many problems. I think that's the one thing emotionally I became, I don't know if it's not a bad thing. I don't want to call it a bad thing, because I believe there's a place of, again, how we've said, accepting that things really change. So I think I became more emotional when I had my kids. And I think even till now, I think physically my body, I'm not exactly where I was. I remember how when I was with Ketura, I was very adamant. I had started going to the gym before I discovered I was pregnant with her.
I remember.
Yeah, I was very, very adamant with going to the gym because I really wanted things to change, And then now, 5 months in, the last time I went to the gym was a month ago. Yeah. And it's because life also happened. We've had so many transitions this past 2 months.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, like even when was it yesterday? I asked Rob on Sunday night, I'm like, tunaenda gym kesho. Hai wapi 6:30 mtoto aliamka sijui 3 times at night nikasema mimi nimelala and I'm not doing it. I don't know if I of course I don't like the love handles and all that. Like I'm just like them. I don't hate. Kwanza zile umevaa jeans alafu unaona tu tunyama tumetokea. And then I remember there's a day someone told me I look bigger than my mom. God. Okay. I was like, okay.
If they see my mom, what will they
do? Okay, I break see your mom, yeah.
I'll just be
like, yeah, you actually, yeah. So
I've also been told I look older than my mom. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I have more problems.
Wow, so like someone, and I don't think they meant it in the wrong way, but
how do you mean that in a good
way? I don't know. But my mom is
think it's those Kenyan compliments like for when someone passes, they're like, utakuwa sawa. Or, you know, when people die.
Can we filter some things or just
think before we talk?
Or, but also it's kind of hard filtering before you talk sometimes. But I think I still want to go back to working out and all that. But I think I just need to, again, just give myself grace. Like, I just had a kid 5 months ago. Like, I just need to just give myself grace.
And I also think at the end of the day, it has to be something that you want.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know what I'm, like, I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like sometimes society tells us, like the way, how can mama? You don't look like a mama. And then you think about it. What does a mama look like? You think big.
Yeah, it's true.
Worn down,
unkept hair. Yeah.
You know, things like that. And I just want to make sure, like, even if you're hearing me, someone, no one has told me that because I will literally fight you. I am feisty.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, if someone tells you such a thing, I don't know. I just want to make sure that you also realize that you're not, even though the love handles are there, you don't want to get rid of them because society says it makes you look like a mama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's true.
Because if I had anyone tell you that,
Dabjaba on my behalf. Thank you.
Because that is that's rude. That's rude.
That's rude. It's actually rude. Yeah, but I think. What I like is I like the hips that motherhood has given me.
Hips
I love them. Hips don't lie. Thick thighs save lives. Shout out to my husband.
I can see Rob like
thick thighs save lives. Yeah. I think physically those are the things that, and then also because we've all gone through CS. You know me, I didn't know of the CS pouch until after now reading about, because I was like, why is this thing going away? Until but you know, there's there are things that you can do that can. This is just from reading online. The things that you can do that can get rid of the pouch. Yeah.
Outside of working out.
Because apparently it's muscle that has
collapsed.
Yeah. So there are massages that you can do that can rework like the nerves. Actually, it's the nerves. You rework your nerves.
Wow.
So that that pouch can go away. I don't know how to treat it. I've seen other moms, but those are Western moms that have done it. And so there are things that you can actually do.
Send that link.
I'll send you. It's just there. Massaging yourself.
You're massaging your
whenever I'm just free. It's good you said that because I think some time ago, let me not even say this, maybe like a month or two ago, I tried some lingerie and I'm like,
okay,
I tried it and I was like, listen, you're getting so excited. I was just like, I looked at myself like, hey, what do you need to do? And so I remember going to Eddie, I'm like, I don't like my body.
Yeah.
He's like, babe, me, I think you're fine. I'm like, you're not okay. I told many bow.
Yeah.
And I was literally in a bad mood because he was like, me, I think you're okay. I'm like, me, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, there's this and because It's the one you got me. Actually, she got it for me for
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
my,
that's
what
right.
was it?
That's sweet.
Can't
Bridal shower.
expect people to
I
take
just see everything was just hanging here. I'm just like, hey,
It's
Lordy.
okay. It's fine.
But why don't we find these things attractive?
I don't know.
What is it that we see, the love handles, the mom board, the double chin? Like, what is it that makes us think this is not attractive?
For me, I think
That's a
if I was
good
honest,
question.
I'd say I'm comparing who I am now with who I used to be.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know, because I wouldn't look like this I didn't look like this because of this. And a few days ago, I was telling myself, I'm like, friend, you have been through 3 surgeries.
Yeah.
Chill. And let me tell you, this is how funny it is. I just remembered how after I did my second laparoscopy and I was going for the review, I think it's 2 weeks after. And I'm like, I was telling the doctor, I'm like, but the swelling should have gone. Why isn't the swelling gone?
I asked my doctor the same thing.
And I remember he was looking at me. He gave me that look for, let me just be kind.
Yeah.
But it was that one for, girl, that's your stomach.
It's going to take you a while.
And so I'm like, it's not going. And he's like, just give it some time. So, when I think of that, I'm like, when I tell myself, your body has gone through so much trauma in the past 3 years. So why are you not giving yourself grace?
And again, grace will look different for different people.
Yeah.
Grace will look different for me this season. Grace will look for me different with another season.
Yeah.
And you never know. And I think, I don't know what, I don't know. I've never thought about what you've asked, Charlene, because what makes it look not attractive? And you're still, and your partner your husband will tell you, you're still pretty and all that.
It's true. Even when I was buying bras, I was telling me, I think I need to lose it. It's like, you're fine. I'm like, dude, I moved from buying bras for 3-5, maybe, to now 8K. I saw a bra is 8K. I'm like, listen, we're going to lose weight. I'm buying one bra for 8,500, going to 10K. So even like when we were shopping, my mom was like, do you like this? And I'm like, no, not really. I liked it. But in my head, I'm saying it's so expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I don't like it. It's this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo. Oh, so stop comparing. I think for me, I can say what I need to work on is accepting who I am now in the body I am now and figuring out who I am now. Because I realized that I lost who I was when I was single, when I got married. Who Kadzo was when she was single, and she got married. Then there was Kadzo, the person, and then Kadzo, the wife. And then now there's Kadzo, the person, Kadzo, the wife, Kadzo, the mother. So figuring out who the 3 different characters in a way are in this season. Once I'm able to understand who I am and what that looks like in the different functions in life. And then now figuring out physically what that means. Because I can work out and get a good body and get obsessed with having a certain type of body. Then that's when you meet those people who live for their bodies. Oh no, I can't. And that's another thing, because it becomes another idol.
Obsession. Yeah, it becomes an idol.
And so it's not even working out because I need to live longer so that I can do what God desires me to do for that lifespan. It becomes, I have to look a certain way so that I get this compliment, so that, so it's about everybody else and not
About
me.
you.
So that means I'm just a broken person in what looks like a whole vase. But inside, it's just, like, you see how, I think, the narrative I'm getting is, it's how, how flowers look very pretty in their pot, but after they stayed in water, how icky it looks down there and smelly. So that's you. You're that out there, you're looking perfect, beautiful, what. but inside, it's still a mess.
Even just goes to show how, like, what we desire, like, as moms who given birth. Like, if we want a certain body, and it's not for every mom, but I went through this. But it's like I started comparing myself to who I was before, and then I became like, I wanted people to look at me the way they used to, you know. And then it's again that desire it's such a earthly desire to be attractive. When I purposely, like, I was having this conversation with my friends yesterday. We're reading a book called The Gentle and Lowly, and they were talking about the heart of Christ. And then I remembered, wait, this guy fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. And I think there's a part in scripture that describes Jesus as looking a little rugged. Like, in my head, I picture a skinny guy who looks like he's worn out and tired, wearing sandals.
Life has life.
Life has life, you know. But what drew people to Jesus was his heart. It wasn't how he looked. If anything, he probably stunk. Like,
maybe,
it's true. No. But what drew people to him was his heart for people, his heart for the Father. But it was his heart. It was how he loved.
Yeah.
So if there's a way that even I can encourage myself and other moms, like, if we can focus so much on the inward aspect of trying to get better, you know, I think there's so much physically, obviously, but so often at times we neglect the inward,
which is the most important.
That's what's valued by God. That's what can allow us to be a blessing to others and to our families and to ourselves. Because it's like, if inwardly I desire God, then outwardly I would desire to love people the same way God loves them. And that's eternal. And I'm not saying don't go to the gym or don't wear something sexy. I wish I had a lingerie, actually.
We'll get you one. Tutaenda etam. Miss mentoring brands here. Tutaenda huko. No, nishasema tutaenda huko tukutafutie. Even men actually want to visit that shop. We do it.
Let's do a girls' date.
Yeah, we visit that shop.
There is something, I don't know, beautiful that gives us confidence when we dress sexy or we feel sexy, but not idolizing that. Not idolizing it is the keyword for me.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, and I think I honestly believe that if we focus so much on the inward work, because there's a beauty that happens when we focus on the inward work, and also trusting God to show you how this season should look for you.
Right.
Yeah. For example, what if this season God wants you to focus on eating healthy? Because you maybe don't have time for the gym, and it's okay. What if this season
you have a healthy gut?
Yeah, you have a healthy gut, or you're just supposed to chill. You don't go to the gym. We just chill. You know. I think there's also that trusting God in the minute things. They might look so minute, but that's how you actually get to learn how to trust someone. Yeah, trust someone. Yeah.
And also adding to that, listening to your body.
Yeah.
What does your body need?
Yeah.
Like, even if I want to go to the gym, that's what I want, but what I need is sleep.
Yeah.
Go and sleep.
It's true. It's true.
Just go and sleep.
Yeah.
Like, listen. I think looking back, something that I wish I did was I wish I listened to my body more.
Me too.
I think I would have cared for it in a more gentle way than trying to force myself to do something because it's what I should be doing.
Yeah.
It's true. When you say that, it reminds me that for the first, you guys, honestly, I felt, to be honest, I was very sad when I was discharged from hospital.
Okay.
Because that was the best. I knew that was the best diet I would have. Because I was at a nice hospital.
A very nice hospital.
And the food was really nice.
The food was nice.
They choose food for you?
No,
you choose for yourself. And then it's like
breakfast, snack, lunch,
snack, and there's a
dinner,
snack. And there are fruits there. Me, I can
because I'm like, okay.
And the food was not, there's hospital grade. It felt like a meeting at a
Wait, their
In a
food.
hotel.
That hospital, their food is good. Wait.
And so when I went home, I was like, yo, process.
And you
We
unapata
tried.
dessert.
We tried, but
Must
it
be
was
nice.
yeah, it was nice.
Must be
It
nice.
was nice. It was tried.
Yeah.
We got home. I tried. By the time we were, I think maybe 6 months postpartum, I was eating once a day when I remember. And from then on, I don't think my body has recovered because I still eat very little. I'm like, oh, I've not eaten today. I'm having headaches.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, am I hungry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you thought about breakfast, lunch, and dinner for your
For my
family and
exactly.
child.
Actually, your child. You
Your
fed your
child,
child
actually.
all those 3 meals. You are
Actually,
just
our
there.
husbands, we love you.
Yeah, I know.
Asante, asanteni kwa kuvumilia.
Yeah. As we work on our inner selves,
Yeah.
it will manifest.
I
Yeah.
promise we'll love you better.
Those day I was literally cooking. And Eddie came and he said, I just know that's for Tana. He's like, he's all and with nice food in his house. But I was like, I'm so sorry.
Just a disclaimer, we'll have an episode with our husbands.
Yeah.
So please stay tuned
Yeah,
for that
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's going to be...
It's going to be interesting. Very interesting.
And
very
funny.
interesting. And funny.
So please
Yeah.
stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you, ladies and gents. Are there gents who listen to us and watch us?
I hope so.
I hope
Husbands,
so,
listen
yeah.
to this or
Thank you. Yeah.
parent,
Yeah.
single, whatever. Like,
Thank you for listening to our podcast. If you can talk to us about the changes that you've gone through as a mom, the things that you wish you knew before that, and the things that you also, even if you're currently going through. And again, for the moms who don't know if they need any support, they're looking for support, we are here for you.
Yeah.
Hence why we are doing this podcast. So feel free to DM us, feel free to share our content, and then see you in the next episode. Goodbye. And as we like to say,
don't be stingy.
So much grace. So much grace. So much grace. So much grace.